Acrylic markers have fast become one of my favourite mixed media art supplies. Though I mostly work in watercolour, I love keeping sketchbooks where I can draw and use other mediums too, and since I loved the previous set Arrtx sent me, I decided to try this one as well. I'm not very good at painting with acrylics, but I find that acrylic markers offer control in the flow and precision due to their fine bendy tip. And in a way it reminds me both of painting with acrylics and also painting with gouache, because I find them to be more opaque than regular acrylics, which are kind of shiny. They have that plasticky shine, I find sometimes. I immediately went for the more muted tones because those are my go-to colours, and I decided to incorporate these markers in one of my sketchbook spreads in my A3 Moleskine journal to create what I'm now calling a dreamscape. I'm not even sure if that word exists, but I've decided this is what my spreads look like a lot of the time, so I'm going to use it from now on. Compared to the previous set, these markers have a tip that I like more because it's slightly more stiff, but in a positive way, because it retains that elasticity as well. And that is exactly what allows me a little more freedom when using them, because they get away from me less easily. I have noticed some of them were getting a bit dry during this session, and admittedly I used a lot of one colour. You'll see the periwinkle blue, which is one of my favourites, so I hope you can easily buy these individually because I love that colour, though there are many in the set that are similar. Also top marks for the 4 shelves within the box. That was an unexpected surprise. I much prefer it when the markers are laying down than positioned standing up in a box. It's just better from a visual point of view. One of my favourite things about these markers is that you can overlay them and blend them, just as if you were working with paints. Growing up, the most famous acrylic markers were a very well-known brand. We probably all know those chunky markers, but I don't want to badmouth any brand. However, my personal opinion is that these ones have a much better fluidity, and I am referring to the smooth liquid ease with which the paint moves through the nib and onto the paper. The selection of colours is, well, you've seen it for yourself. Let's say you're not left wanting more colours, because there are probably several you won't even use because there are so many. Compared to the very first set they sent me, and you'll find that video on this channel if you scroll back, the first set out of 3 I have received from them, these ones definitely contain a higher quality paint in my opinion, and have much less of a sheen. I know they are going to go into one of my huge pencil cases so that I can carry them with me when I travel, which is a shame for that beautiful box, but they have been a constant companion in my mixed media art making since I received the 2nd edition, so to speak. I really enjoy using them, and they are an absolutely beginner-friendly medium, which I love because it means they are very approachable and you get immediate satisfaction without having to spend ages trying to figure out how they work. If I had to describe them with my simplest words, I would just say these are like paints in a pen which flow through a very reliable tip. I hope that helps you imagine what these are like if you have never tried them or if you've never come across them. This video is not sponsored in case you were wondering, but you can still get a discount on the set this week, and I will leave the information for that in the description box below this video. I will also take the opportunity to remind you that that is where you will also find the link to join my online art community on Patreon, where we paint and sketch together weekly, recorded and live. And my newsletter is also there, and please do subscribe to it if you'd like to join our free sketching challenge coming up in mid-July. These are always so much fun, and it's great to see how everyone sees their drawing skills improve so fast when using specific methods that allow us to approach sketching from a different angle, which quite honestly makes things so much easier. The more I work as an artist, the more my community grows, the more I find myself falling deeper into this dream world where nothing really has to make sense and is pure expression. I 100% believe that that is what matters when coming to art, not the outcome, but the possibility of finding an outlet for what you hold inside. Too often people are intimidated by art because they feel they have to live up to certain standards, that they can't join a course or a community because they'll stand out like a sore thumb. But skills are not what I value at all about art. It's the love and feeling that shines through every piece I see one of my students or friends create. It's how everyone has their own unique voice. So the last words I want to say to you today in this video is don't hold back and don't stop yourself from making art if you feel drawn to it. It would be a terrible shame to deny yourself such an opportunity to grow, heal, share and feel fulfilled deep within your soul. I hope I don't sound like I'm trying to be too poetic or romantic, but possibly I am a little bit. So there goes. I will see you all on here next week. Bye for now.